Okay, everybody. So this is part 2 of our lessons this week. And there are a couple of things I want to go over with the readings, the supplementary readings that you guys are going to do. So, the state of pigeon address and homemade education. There are going to be forums on that are going to be due obviously after your chapter forums this week, but I wanted to go over both of these materials because they are sometimes a little bit difficult to get through, especially the state of pigeon address. And we'll talk about why that is in just a moment. So I want you to go to the syllabus course materials and major assignment section. Supplementary course materials, right, is a new section here for you because we didn't have supplementary course materials yet. So here we go. So this is the link to Malcolm X's Homemade Education. Now, I understand that Malcolm X can be a controversial figure, however, less so in the present time, which I'm happy about. But I find that this particular piece of writing is, a pretty good literacy narrative. Okay. So, and a pretty good example of a literacy narrative because it is a moment in Malcolm X's life where he has this profound intersection with language. Okay. And one of the things that Malcolm X was known for was his ability to communicate. And he realized that his language, the language that he was using at home, was not the language that his audience was receptive to. So we have the homemade education in the accessible font here. We also have a version of it as a Google Doc, and I want to take a look at this here. So I want you to read through it, and I want you to be aware of Malcolm X's journey from using what we call a home English or an English or a type of English or a dialect of English that you would use at home and that you would talk to like with your friends and whatnot versus what someone would be receptive to on a larger scale. And Malcolm X has this revelation about that throughout the narrative. And I want you to think about that. And that revelation and that ability to switch from your home accent, right, or your home dialect to your to a more universal type of English is called code switching, right? We're going to talk about code switching a lot throughout this semester because I want you guys to think about the fact that everybody has an accent, okay? Everyone has an accent. Everyone has a home dialect. Everyone has a type of English that they speak at home versus the academic English that we're asking you to use. But both are just as important as the other, and both shape you as the person that you are. Both make you the person that you are. So I'm not asking you to get rid of one for the other, but I'm asking you to recognize those borders, okay? And without knowing words like code switching, Malcolm X figured that out and figured out those boundaries and wrote about it. And I want you to think about that when you're reading through this, okay? Because it's pretty neat to think that, even before the word code switching was invented, that Malcolm X was code switching, right? So read through this. It's not a difficult read. It's actually kind of a cool story. And there's going to be a forum that's due next week that is attached to this.